What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Stefan, and tonight I'm going to be talking about and celebrating the 17th anniversary of Emancipation of Mimi. So sit back and enjoy yourself on this musical ride with me throughout the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment on the video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Welcome back to the channel if you're a returning subscriber. Thank you for the love and the support. So, here we go. Happy 17th anniversary to the greatest historical record-shattering and one of the most amazing albums ever made by one of the greatest, influential, multi-talented, quintessential, and gorgeous artists of all time, Miss Mariah Carey. The Songbird Supreme came back fighting with this classic Grammy-winning, multi-million selling R&B record that was the best-selling album of 2005. The album focus on several R&B related genres ranging from 70s retro soul to quiet storm, gospel, and others. Most importantly, the album title was a direct nod to her redemption following her previous studio efforts, the 2001 Glitter and 2002 Charm Bracelet, which received less favorable reviews and were disappointments musically. So, naturally, when the Emancipation of Mimi opened to the second highest first week sales of her career, it spawned the singer-songwriter 16th number one hit, We Belong Together. Her 10th studio project was immediately dubbed as her comeback album. In terms of having huge hits, the Emancipation of Mimi definitely was a very successful album. So people was like, it's a comeback album, she tells Billboard. For me, it was like a coming together of a lot of things that was with that album more than a comeback album. But they call it that if they want to. After you've been crowned the artist of the decade, sold millions of records worldwide, influenced an entire generation of vocalists, penned a iconic Christmas tune, and pioneered the now pop/rap collaboration, the pressure of what's coming next can be paralyzing for an artist. After more than a decade of hits that included the staggering success of 15 number one singles, she released her most revealing album to date, The Emancipation of Mimi, on April 12, 2005. Entirely written and co-produced by the gifted Mariah Carey, her 10th studio album is an intimate portrayal of both the challenges and successes she experienced during her rise to unpeeled fame. She explains the inspiration behind her new album. With this album, I embracing my independence and celebrating the person I have become. Over the years, I evolved into a better person and even better artist. For the first time in my life, I'm proud and unafraid to be who I am. And that's what's the music of this album and the title and its title reflect. By naming my album The Emancipation of Mimi, and referencing Mimi as a nickname only used by those closest to me, I'm inviting my fans into my life. With her unique talent and signature vocal abilities, Mariah Carey commanded the world's attention when she made her music debut in the early 90s. More than a decade, Mariah Carey emerged as one of the most popular and widely acclaimed talents in music. As a singer and songwriter, Mariah has been recognized as the most prestigious artist in the industry. Industry included 2 Grammy Awards, 8 American Music Awards, Billboard Artist of the Decade Award, and a World Music Award for World's Best-Selling Female of the Millennium, to name a few. As the best-selling female performer of all time, Mariah Carey has continuously raised the bar and set the standard of excellence within the music industry worldwide. A brilliant artist who co-written every song on each of our albums since 1990, Mariah Carey consistently showed her willingness to express herself both as a remarkable vocalist and as a acclaimed songwriter. The Emancipation of Mimi offer more than a glimpse into Mariah's world with that featured tunes like The Heartfelt Circles and Fly Like a Bird, with they positive messages of hope and affirmation, while being honest and vulnerable and expressing her emotions through songs like I Wish I Knew and Joyride. Mariah leaves no doubt that she's a woman who speaks her mind. The Affectionist Edge is like that, co-produced by Jermaine Dupri, is the album's first hit single, and a definite statement of where Mariah stands at this point in her life, and is the fastest climbing single in 5 years. Mariah and executive producer Antonio L.A. Reid, the chairman of Island Def Jam Music Group, approached the creation of Emancipation of Mimi in a specific way, delivering ballads like We Belong Together, which paid homage to the balmy Walmart classic If You Think You're Lonely Now. That her fans have come to expect, evoking a new sound that broadened her appeal and captured an entirely new audience. The Emancipation of Mimi marks the return of the voice as an artist who has paved the way for a host of emerging talents throughout the years. Mariah is set once again to define the heights of musical success with an incomparable talent and timeless appeal. With a refined and sophisticated new look of her evolution, she is poised to quiver new territory, consistently evolving musically, personally, and creatively. Mariah will assert her claim as the best-selling female performer of all time with the Emancipation of Mimi. As an artist revered worldwide, her boundless talent and success is unmatched across the globe. With Emancipation of Mimi, Mariah Carey staged a stunning comeback that resulted in hard-fought, record-shattering creative freedoms. In the early years of the 2000s, Mariah Carey was looking for a new direction, but it wouldn't come out without a few ups and downs. Glitter had almost destroyed her movie ambitions at the very start, and her 2002 return to music shamelessly failed to yield any major hits. The Emancipation of Mimi wasn't simply a return to form. Mimi, a nod to her nickname, she refocused her energy and found a perfect balance of her pop sensibilities and love for hip hop. It defined her career, energetic her sound, and it was really, really good. Beyond the singles, that there are several gorgeous moments of old school soul, like Minds Again, Stay the Night, Circles a Girl, I Wish You Only Knew. There were references, both direct and implied, to classic R&B records. She channeled Patti LaBelle, Natalie Cole, Stevie Wonder, when she goes full on gospel on Fly Like the Bird, which is one of my favorites from the album. Yes, there are plenty of signature whistle notes. It's like that released as the album lead single on January 25th, 2005. Critics predict that the song will reunite her popularity among MTV performers, and it became her highest charted song internationally in years. It peaked at number 16 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. Written by Mariah Carey, Jermaine Dupri, Manuel Seal, and John Tate Austin. It was produced by Carey, Dupri, and Seal. The song borrows the hook from It's Like That Y'all from the Run DMC tracks Hollis Crew and Here We Go Live. Several tracks that were contenders for the album lead single. However, plans were changed when Def Jam Music had L.A. Reid suggest to her she recorded a few more strong songs that ensured the album's success. Therefore, It's Like That was written and chosen as the album lead single, released on January 25th, 2005. In 2006, It's Like That received a nomination for Best Female Pop Vocalist at the 48th Annual Grammys Awards, but lost to Kelly Clarkson's Since You've Been Gone. It is certified gold. Now, the second single that's coming up next is We Belong Together. The song was released on March 14, 2005 through Island Def Jam Records as the second single from the album. We Belong Together was written by Mariah Carey, Jermaine Dupri, Manuel Seal, and John Tate Austin, and produced by the former Free. Since the song interpolates lyrics from Bobby's Womack, If You Think You're Lonely Now from 1981, and the D's Two Occasion from 1987, one of the dominant singles in music history. The lyrics chronicles a woman's desperation for her former lover to return. There is a classic sensibility to the song, to the lyrics and the sound of "We Belong Together" that makes for perfect and perfectly universal pop and slash R&B songwriting. In other words, it's a jam. There's probably a happy ending too. It's straightforward, heartfelt, and classy. Mariah pleads with her departed lover with lyrics like when you left, I lost a part of me. It's still so hard to believe. And the song's gentle R&B role is perfectly understated, built from a few piano chorus and a slow down so deaf rhythm. "We Belong Together" is one of the album's strongest cuts, claiming its is highlighted the strongest vocal point on the song, her beautiful, marvelous voice. "We Belong Together" proved to be her comeback single and a massive commercial success. The song spent 14 non-consecutive weeks on at number one on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 after making this debut at number 81, and 14 consecutive weeks at number one on the Hot R&B and Hip Hop Song chart. It had major crossover success, becoming the first song to occupy the number one spot on 9 Billboard charts. It also became one of the third longest running number one songs in U.S. charts history, only behind her 1995 collaboration with Boyz II Men, which is called "One Sweet Day," which spent 16 weeks at number one. Aside from its chart success, the song broke several airplay records. "We Belong Together" was awarded numerous musical industry awards throughout 2005 and 2006. At the 48th Annual Grammys Award, "We Belong Together" was nominated for Song of the Year and Record of the Year. However, it won 2 awards: Best R&B Song and Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. During the week of September 25th, 2005, she set another record, becoming the first female to occupy the first 2 spots on top the Hot 100, as "We Belong Together" remains number one, and her next single, "Shake It Off," held the number 2 spot. "We Belong Together" was certified multi-platinum. "Shake It Off" was released as the third single from the album. It was written and produced by Mariah Carey along with Jermaine Dupri, Brian Michael Cox, and Jonte Austin. Lyrically, the song follows her as she moves on from her relationship with an unfaithful lover, unpacking her things and breaking up with him over a answering machine, the achievement marking the second time a female lead artist occupied the top 2 positions in Hot 100. "Shake It Off" was at the number 2 position for an additional 5 weeks after "We Belong Together" fell from number 1, 6 week in total. It held off the top spot by Gold Digger by Kanye West and Jamie Foxx. The song stayed within the Hot 100 for 26 weeks. It finished at number 15 on a Billboard year-end chart. It was certified platinum. "Don't Forget About Us" was released as the lead single from the Ultra Platinum edition, and the overall fourth single from the album. The song became her 17th chart topper in the U.S., tying her with Elvis Presley for most number ones singles by a solo artist. A record she surpassed in 2008 with "Touch My Body." "Say Something" was released as the fifth single in the U.S. At the same time, "Fly Like a Bird" was released as a promotional single. "Mines Again" was not released as a single, but peaked at number 73 on the Billboard Hot R&B's and hip hop songs due to sales. The Emancipation of Mimi received many awards and nominations. It earned 10 Grammy Award nominations in 2006 and 2007, 8 in 2006 for the original release, the most received by Mariah in a single year, 2 in 2007 for the Ultra Platinum Edition. In 2006, she won Best Contemporary Album for Emancipation of Mimi, as well as Best Female R&B Vocalist Performance and Best R&B Song for We Belong Together. Mariah was nominated for but didn't win Album of the Year, Emancipation of Mimi, Record of the Year, We Belong Together, Song of the Year, We Belong Together, Female Pop Vocalist, It's Like That, and Best Traditional R&B Vocalist Vocal Performance, Mines Again. In 2007, Don't Forget About Us was nominated for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance and Best R&B Song, but it didn't win. The Emancipation of Mimi became her highest selling album in the U.S. since Daydream in 1995. In its first week of a release, it debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with more than 404,000 copies sold. The highest first week sales in her career until E equals MC2 opened with more than 463,000 copies in 2008. The album remained in the top 20 for 31 consecutive weeks, stayed on for 74 weeks in total. It returned to the top 5 after the release of the Ultra Platinum Edition, which helped the album rebound to number 4 with sales of 185,000 copies. The Emancipation of Mimi was the best-selling album in the U.S. in 2005 with nearly 5 million units sold. By the last 4 weeks of the year, the album oversold 50 Cent's The Massacre, which had been released more than 6 weeks earlier. It was the first album by a solo female artist to become the year's best-selling album. I remember listening to this amazing album as a young 14-year-old teenager still in high school. After I got finished listening to it for the first time, I immediately fell in love with it, and it was always in my daily musical rotation on my way to school and coming back home. I felt like this album and the direction of it was so different from the albums that you heard previously. This album almost had the same tremendous success and feeling when Usher dropped his 2004 for classic Confession and had major success behind it also. 17 years later, it's the most amazing and best Mariah Carey classics ever. And this album is in my top 5 all-time favorite Mariah Carey albums, highly on the list. The Emancipation of Mimi cemented the superstar as an R&B great and GOAT. Thank you for enjoying this musical ride with me. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment on the video. Subscribe to my channel if you subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to turn on your notification for new videos. Please stay safe and blessed always. Have a good night. Stay safe and blessed. I'm out. Peace.